This is a video of my takeoff and landings for my solo number 4 and solo number 5 practice sessions. First part is you'll see I'm taxiing at above 20 miles per hour, which is what my CFI Damien Delgazzo suggested that I do to practice my rudder controls. In order to do this, it's a lot like landing and takeoff. So if you can keep control of the plane, keep the plane going fast, and keep it in the center using rapid, small increments in the rudder, you get a better feel for how to control the tailwheel air. We have a slight crosswind from the right of the runway, about 30 degrees, 5 miles an hour, so the crosswind component's about 2. It's variable, so it's not going to be a big deal, but it will be somewhat of a right crosswind, so you'll see me making corrections for that. Not enough to really worry too much about during the taxiing session, but I've got the stick held. I'll pull back to keep weight on the tail. We're pulling up into the area where we do a run-up. We're going to raise the engine RPM to 1800 RPM. We'll go to left mag, back to both, right mag, back to both. We should see somewhere between 1500 RPM drop when we do that. Then it should go back to 1800. We'll go to both. Full carb heat. You should see another 100 RPM drop, more or less. Sometimes more, actually, depends on the temperature. We'll maintain carb heat full on, and we'll pull the throttle back to idle, and make sure that the idle carb heat on will be in the engine configuration. Now, I had not tested the mixture control back in my pre-flight, so I remembered that I needed to do that, so that's why I did that. It's not normal part of the runners. Okay, we're going to pull it back to idle. We'll be down around 500 RPM. Okay, we're ready. There was a airplane approaching on a IFR approach, shooting an approach for an IFR landing for his practice, so I decided to wait here in the run-up area for him to come in and finish his practice session and land. So you'll see me sitting here for quite some time. I was also using this opportunity to let the engine idle, gain a little bit of temperature, and raise the oil temperature above 100 if I could. It was a 60-degree Fahrenheit ambient temperature day, so the oil was a little bit cold, and I wanted to make sure that all the engine was heat-soaked properly. He announced somewhere more than 5 miles out, so it took a little bit longer than I expected, so the waiting time, I cut a little bit of the section of the video out. Take a note, if you will, on the left, the grade indicator is the one that says 3% right now. The plane is in tail down attitude, which is actually 10 degrees tilted back from level. So 3 is essentially, since we're going uphill a little bit, but in essence 0 would be with on a level plane with the tail wheel down. So you'll find that when we go level flight, will actually be -6 or 7, meaning the nose will be down from its present position, and when we're climbing, will be somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 10 degrees going back, which would mean we're really leaning back quite a bit from our tail down position. So during climb, you'll see this plane really gets into quite a steep attitude. It's hard to tell the rudder position from the camera showing my knee position, but you can tell from here that I've got full left rudder and I have to hold the brakes on during idle. I'm also idling the engine above 1200 or thereabouts in order to charge the battery, because the alternator doesn't kick in until about 1200 RPM. And at that speed, with that propeller thrust, you really do have to hold the brakes on. Generally speaking, though, the rudder movements are almost invisible from the knee position, as most of the action is with your ankles. But if you do go full, then you'll notice that the knee will go as well. Gauge immediately below the blue attitude indicator is my altimeter. The gauge that indicates RPM is to the far left. Speed is the one just to the right of the RPM or tachometer, so on the left-hand side up at the top. But here we go. Throttle application. Stick forward. About 50 miles an hour. We'll lift off. A little bit of a right crab, which I've overdone here, and I'm flying to the right more than I would like, so I'll let the plane drift back to the center line. I'm going to try to stay above the runway whenever as long as possible. You can see we're climbing with a grade of 16 to 17 degrees, which would mean if 10 degrees back is tail wheel down. That was 3, or negative was 3, so essentially we're down 15 degrees, we're climbing at 15 degrees more or less more than the tail down, so we're up pretty steep. But our normal climb altitude is going to be 7% grade, more or less about 15 degrees up. This circuit, I actually overdo it, and the plane gets pretty good speed, and I climb above my pattern altitude of 1500. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, turning here on down. I should have reduced the throttle a little bit, so I'll figure out that I've done it wrong here, and I'll hold the throttle back on the downwind section. Grade go down immediately. That means the nose is coming down. The RPM is now down to 1700, so we're at risk of carb icing at this temperature, this humidity, so we'll pull the carb heat on, which essentially gives you heated air to the carburetor. Blows air over the exhaust system. So we're losing altitude on purpose to get back to the pattern altitude of 1500. We're also trying to lead off speed because we want to get below around 75 until we pull one notch of flaps. You can see my hand move. There it goes from the throttle to the flaps. The nose pulls up. I've got one notch of flaps now. We're descending at a speed which is below 70. The flaps will slow it down. And you'll see my hand move again. Which would be the second notch of flaps. Then depends on the altitude. Most often you'll pull your second notch of flaps when you turn base, which is what I'm doing now. There's the second notch of flaps. Not quite as much nose jump. It's not quite as dramatic a change. So we're down into the 50 mile an hour, below 50, between 50 and 60. We're still dropping down to about 1500 RPM. And we're descending at more or less 300-400 feet per minute. It all depends on our altimeter reading. We want to try to be somewhere between 1100 and 1000 feet when we turn to final. Notice the red roof building to the right. That's when we'll turn to final and we'll cross over this little farm road. We're a little low at this point. So you'll see me correct. Not as much, won't pull the throttle back as much. Try to keep the rate of descent a little lower than normal. So we're nose down, basically nose down, minus 14. Should be about 5 or 6 degrees down. Descending at somewhere around 500 to 600 feet per minute. A slight right, crab to the right. I should be correcting this when I come down to the land, but I don't. So I land and touch down with a slight crab to the right. Try to correct a little bit of it. And the plane will go in the direction that the two wheels are pointing, so that's why the plane veered to the right. I gave it a lot of left rudder. Corrected it, got back to the center line. Sometimes it's the pilot will assume that some sort of gust of wind caused that problem. In my case, I think it's a matter of my head being in the wrong position. So my aiming is thinking that the plane is straight, but in fact it's crabbed to the right, which is causing me to land always veering to the right when I touch down. Alright, in this situation we're going to test another variable, so we're going to try to see how the plane reacts in a go-around situation. I will be in landing configuration, which would be car heat on, full flaps, and I want to see what would happen if I tried to take off in that configuration, sort of like what I would be doing if I was not happy with the landing and had to do a go-around. Keep in mind, generally you're kind of busy trying to correct a problem in a go-around situation, so you may not be able to take the flaps out while you're still on the ground. You may actually be in the air right after you are correcting whatever problem you experienced. So you don't want to pull the flaps when you're only 10 feet off the ground, because then you descend back to the runway. So you have to take off with full flaps. You may not, in the scenario, you may not be able to think fast enough to turn the carpet back to off. So you want to kind of get a feel for what the plane sounds like and feels like in that configuration. That's what we're going to do here. The pilot operating handbook recommends takeoff with 1 notch of flaps or no flaps at all. I generally like to take off with no flaps at all, but we're going to see how the plane reacts. You'll see from the video that it really jumps off the runway. It takes off at about 40 miles an hour instead of 50 and really climbs. Of course, what will happen is the speed won't accelerate fast enough, so you won't get up much over 40. So the rapid climb will be only a temporary situation, because you're not going to climb at 45 miles per hour very fast. So at some point you're going to have to get rid of the flaps in order to gain more altitude. Notice the sound of the engine is quite different from the carpet. The plane jumps off the runway, climbs very rapidly. Alright, now I'm going to pull 1 notch of flaps, and you can see my descent, or my ascent, my my climb changes dramatically, almost to a level flight. Accelerating back up to my best climb speed of 70. Now I'll pull off another notch of flaps. Keep going at 70 miles an hour or more. Pull off the final third notch of flaps. I have no flaps. Getting up to speed here, make sure that everything is okay. And now we'll pull it up. Ready for our normal flight. Per minute, this thing can climb at one pilot in the plane full fuel. It's pretty impressive for a 100 horsepower engine. For whatever reason, the elevation indication on the camera has changed from mean sea level to above ground level. Why it does that? Look at the altimeter on the right-hand side of this cluster, you'll see it's about 1,200 above sea level. Altimeter, which is about almost 1,000 feet above the ground. Cut a little bit of the video out. Now we're turning base, the second landing. You can see the inclinometer, which is the little ball in the center of the instrument cluster above the GPS. And you can see I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping it in coordinated turns, keeping the ball in the center. Still some rudder movement. My feet are moving a little bit to compensate for turbulence, small as it is. Alright, here's the red roof to our right, so that means we're getting ready to turn final. Little farm road to the left. Cross over that. That should put us just about on line with the runway. Since we have a right crosswind, we'll be crabbed to the right. Those pointed to the right. Normal line. Descending at 500 to 600 feet per minute. 50 miles an hour. As we approach the runway, we should get down into the 40 mile an hour area. Back just a little bit right about now, reducing my descent rate, slowing up the plane, down to 40s. It's almost straight, still a little bit to the right, so we need to work on that. Once you get into the below 30 miles an hour, you can probably pull the stick back and get the tail wheel on the ground so you can have better steering. So we'll call it a day and figure out a way to work on correcting that right crab during touchdown.